Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is E-Star Tarot, and today we're going to be doing a timeless and collective reading to see what our ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels would like to deliver to us as a message today. And we're going to see what just general messages they want to bring in with us today. And we have our crystal deck that we're starting off with to get a significator for this reading. Blue lace agate. That's so funny because the color is very similar to what we have here today for a crystal. See that? It's even in an agate form. Or I'm not sure if that's what you call this, but yeah, this is a celestite. So it's interesting that we have two blue crystals with us today. So I think communication is going to be very important to this reading. Communication with the beyond. And with us we also have our bear totem as well to guide us through this reading. Yeah. We have the number 12 as well. We just went through our last month, the 12th month, which was December, so seems like a significant number. Maybe you've been seeing 1212 on the clock as well as a sign. Yeah, let's get some more cards here. Okay, we're gonna do Luna Lapin. It's so funny, I just popped off the cover that sat there. So I don't know if that'll come out in the reading today, but I don't know. It seems like it could be significant to the reading. Let's just see here. What messages do our ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels want to bring in for us for this reading? Okay. The Magician. What a great card for that. Yeah. So your ability to communicate is really important. It's sort of how you do your magic. And that could have really big implications for what you do in this lifetime, perhaps your job or just your life purpose, because again, our life purpose doesn't have to be our specific job, but maybe that has something to do with communication for you, using your voice. Maybe you have a platform online, or maybe you do social media, or maybe you're a public speaker, or you're even a writer, because that's using our words, right? So something about that is where you draw your power from. Yeah, sunrise. You bring out the sun for people in some significant way. It's like what you do lightens people. It gives people that ability to run in the sun. Or maybe this is simply how you feel your joy and purpose. A sunrise is the beginning, right? And we are at the beginning of a new year as well. We're in the first month. So maybe there's sort of a rebirth energy going on here, but maybe you even like literally bring out the sun. Like maybe the weather changes around you. Like you bring it out. Oh, Nine of Wands, yeah. So maybe sometimes you are a little afraid of tapping into that energy because you've been hurt in the past because of this. Maybe there has been actually like you're a wounded warrior of some kind. Maybe in the past life or even in this life as well, probably both, to be honest with you, but something about that. I'm getting also that you telling your story of your own wounding is part of how you allow the sun to rise in people's lives, metaphorically speaking, which is to say that sharing your story has a great power. Maybe your own wounds. Reversed moon. This is interesting. Yeah. So like not remaining hidden. Because I think that before you might have been, I think I actually have to change the arrangement of these cards as well. just saying like switch them around. So here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I guess I was supposed to put them in order. Okay, then there we go. So for you, you have a long story of wounding and being through it, being through the trenches, that your guides kind of want you to express more, to not allow it to remain hidden anymore. Like you need to show up, you need to show your face. Because, and maybe that's what you're doing now, so to speak. Like maybe you are actually moving into that energy, in that space, and that's what's bringing out your power. So for you, like the moon reversed here, because the moon is all about hidden things, right? And it's reversed. So to me, it tells me that what's hidden is no longer going to be hidden. So, and I think that applies to you, because I think you've been hiding yourself away because you're afraid of being hurt, being rejected, being, people not receiving what you're giving in a positive way. But I think for you, it's about overcoming that. You're overcoming that energy and saying, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to hold up my wand and show the real me, show myself in the sun. Yeah, because it's like the moon is going down and the sun is coming up. The long night is over. That's what I'm hearing. So I think for you, you're going into a phase where things are going to shift radically for you. Shift into a time where rather than keeping your voice quiet, you are going to be loud and proud about your experiences and your journey. I think overall the message here, because with Blue Lice Agate, it's telling you that change can happen slowly and gently over time. It doesn't have to be this sudden thing, or it doesn't have to be something that's accompanied by stress. It's actually something that can happen gently and easily, like the sun and the moon cycle, just one goes down, one goes up, without drama. And I think the Nine of Wands energy is saying that whatever stress and worry you're experiencing is more so in your head, like the fear of that thing happening more than the thing actually happening. Because I think you're worried about things because maybe you sense them. Maybe you sense something going on in the background and it gives you extra vigilance, extra fear. But actually you're okay. Things are happening in the right timing, the right time frame. And you're moving on the right path. You're heading towards the sun. You're in that energy that you need to be. So there's no need to stress and worry about things that may or may not happen. You'll deal with them as they come up. But right now, I don't think you have to even worry about bad things going wrong or stress, because I think you're so in your energy and your, alignment that, you're going to know if something doesn't fit with you or something doesn't feel right, and you're going to course correct. So I don't think you have to hold that fear inside of you so much, because I think it's already taken care of. Everything is already aligned for you and everything is working out in your favor. As you got that Magician energy, you're manifesting what you want. And it's your happiness here. You're running in the sunrise. It's a new beginning for you. Yeah. Let's get some Seed and Sickle cards here. Okay, so they actually want me to use this deck first. Change of plans. Again, you can course correct anytime you want. You don't have to stick with something just because you chose it initially, right? Okay, so we're going to get some cards from here. Have faith in your dreams. Yeah. Again, I think the only thing that's really holding you back is the fear of the unknown and the fear of what can go wrong. But ultimately, you have what it takes, and you have the ability to stay on the path and stay with your intuition. Let your intuition guide you, right? You're connected. You need to trust your words, trust your intuition in this. Don't let the past hold you back. Yeah. So maybe there's some fear here about, again, you have that Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. Some things may have gone wrong in the past, and it's holding you back now because you fear that something could go wrong again. But those things that went wrong were just lessons that you needed to learn, that you were planned to learn. So nothing was out of alignment, right? And I know it's tough when you go on those, hard journeys and it feels like, why does this happen to me? But there's always something gained. There's always something learned, right? So I think for you, just hold on. Because I think you're moving into your North Node. And there might be, which is your destiny, your path, right? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's a Blackthorn. Blackthorn, it talks about unexpected things happening. So that might be a sign for, oh my gosh, we got that, the same moon too, crescent moon. That's interesting. But again, Blackthorn, it talks about, I believe, that energy of sometimes things can happen out of our control unexpectedly. And that might be part of it for you. Maybe you have to open yourself up to the fact that something might course change or happen unexpectedly that wasn't in your plan, but yet it's part of your manifestation. It's part of how things are going to come to you. And you need to have that trust and faith in your dreams. That whatever it is that you want, it is coming to you. The thing that you're manifesting is coming towards you. But make sure you have a clear vision of what you want, right? Because you don't want to manifest something that you don't want, right? Oh, Rowan and Lily of the Valley. Oh my gosh. So I guess I'm going to take both. Because it just feels right. Yeah. Because Lily of the Valley talks about something that, it's sort of like a love between a plant and a bird, I believe. Like a magpie or something that the Lily of the Valley doesn't have the courage to tell. And then the season changes and they miss their chance. So maybe something is going to pop up unexpectedly. And the universe kind of wants you to see it for what it is. See the sign that it's something for you. And go for that opportunity. Maybe those signs are just happening now, that something is on your path for you. And there's a red string here in Rowan that really gets my attention. So it's sort of like, destiny, right? Fate. Yeah. It's a symbol of tenacity, Rowan. That's what it is, yeah. Capable of growing in the tiniest crevices and cliff sides. So you're growing in spite of everything that's around you that's uncertain. And it's your determination that will pay off. Because you'll have an advantage over others that had an easier path, right? So it's not a bad thing to have this difficult path, right? It teaches you skills that others wouldn't otherwise have, right? Because sometimes when you have an easy path, you don't learn as much, right? Because, you know, we look at others and we feel envious of their, you know, their life sometimes, where they had something easy or they had the right supports around them. And we're like, why can't I have that? Why didn't I have to go through this dark night of the soul and figure out all these things the hard way? But, you know, sometimes that's the best place to learn. That's why souls go through that. That's why they go on these journeys, to gain soul knowledge, to gain that perspective. You know, others want that. They don't realize it, but they actually, you know, want that soul knowledge. Blackthorn is connected to Kaliak, I believe, the goddess of winter. And it's a tree of strife, which is interesting because we have Rowan there about tenacity. Again, it's about an unexpected change. So something might be on your path that feels unexpected, feels like this isn't part of my plan, but maybe it's part of the divine plan, right? Yeah, so it's sort of giving you like a pre-warning that, you know, something might upset your plans. Something might come up that you're not expecting. And it might not be a bad thing because, you know, with Blue Lace Agate here saying that things can change without stress, it tells me that this won't be a change that it's like something goes wrong, like a tower moment, like, oh no. It's more like you might get this opportunity that it maybe forces you to make a choice or makes you feel like it's distracting you from the thing that you want, but maybe this is the real thing that you want. And Lily of the Valley, again, it's about a love, right? Like it's about, well, in the example, it's like about a love story that doesn't come to fruition. A nightingale, that was it. Lily of the Valley and the nightingale, yeah. The lily fell in love with the nightingale's song, that was it. Song, which is again from the throat, communication. And the lily was too shy to confess their feelings, so they have to wait because the nightingale migrates in the winter, right? And then we have winter here with the blackthorn. Basically, it's a card that tells you don't let your reservations hold you back, right? So, you know, be bold, be brave. There's an overall message of don't let the past hold you back, right? Don't let, you know, your past wounds, your past fears hold you back from this opportunity. Yeah. There's something here for you. Okay, so let's maybe ask what happened in, we're going to use our past life deck, and we're going to ask what happened in the past that is holding you back now. What's doing that for you? What's holding you back? What is this? Charity, benefactor. So I think before you were very charitable with your energy, like you were a very good person, maybe a bit too giving of your energy as well. And that did not work out in your favor because maybe others took advantage of that. Yeah, something happened there where maybe there was somebody or something, some experience where you decided to be the giving one and it ended up hurting you. Oh. Diet. Okay. I don't think that was it. Sorry. I think it just slipped out. Okay, this one's it. Secrets. Oh my gosh. Okay. Secrets. So I think I'm going to get a couple more cards here. So we got secrets, benefit, and charity. The word that's popping out, because this is childhood trauma here, and then we have abandoned. And we have it under secrets. And it's all under the Nine of Wands. See that? Yeah. So something's happened in the past, maybe even like, oh boy. Yeah, so I think you're still holding these things inside, like in your chest, right? Like holding the past within you, not sharing it with others. Maybe even like others aren't honest with you about all the things that happen with you. Yeah. So sort of like you don't want to let those things, because those things happen in the past, you don't want to let it stop you from a good future for yourself, right? Okay, I'm going to get one more card here. Yeah, being, a really giving, a really charitable person with your energy maybe led to some of this abuse in the past. And it's something you don't feel comfortable talking about. Something that you feel like you lock it up tight in your chest. Like you don't want to share it, you don't want to let it out. But we have the reverse moon here, so maybe those things are coming up. Like secrets in the reverse moon. I think your kind of old wounds are going to be coming to the surface here, and you're going to be a lot more cognizant of the effect they've had on you. And that might be playing part in your future even. Oh. Whoa. Got 2 cards here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sorry if these are a little bit too, these cards are very intense, so I feel like sometimes I'm a little concerned they won't be good for YouTube. But I'm just gonna try to keep it PG. Man, this really makes me think of like Mayan Mayan sacrifice, right? Ritual sacrifice. And we had Cannibal who came out on top, but whew, yeah. And here we had Witness on top. And this kind of makes me think of, snitch. You have snitch there as well for one of the words. And executed. So maybe there was something, if this was about a past life, this might be to do with, someone may have outed you in a way that got you into trouble with some sort of group, and it might have led to your death in another life. And that energy has come through in this lifetime and is affecting you in such a way that it sort of led to you having these difficult energies in this life, which may have resulted in trauma as well. But I hope this doesn't get censored on YouTube. But I'm just gonna hope for the best. It feels like you're afraid of something. You're afraid of anything good happening to you because it's like you're stuck. You don't want to move forward because something in the past life really went wrong for you, where things did not work out in your favor at all. You were wrongly accused. Maybe even there was something said about you, or like you were like you were accused, but you were innocent, or even maybe you did do the thing that you were accused of, but it wasn't like really wrong, but the way it was, the narrative that was told about it led to your execution. Like it was an unfair, unjust verdict. But at the time, to like the majority of people, maybe it seemed like it was just. Like if it was in a Mayan time, like maybe you were used for sacrifice because you were accused of a crime, but it wasn't like a just thing to do. Like maybe you were stealing to feed yourself or something, but then it was like, oh well, we'll just use that person for a sacrifice because we need someone. But it wasn't like a fair sentence. That's the word I'm looking for. Not really. Like you didn't deserve to lose your life over it, sort of thing. But it might have been other things as well. Like maybe you were, like, I mean, there's been tons of groups throughout history that were, you know, accused or executed for, you know, more to serve a purpose and an agenda than they were serving a crime, right? Even Knights Templar are kind of coming up for me right now, so maybe there was something to do with that. I think they were executed or accused of crimes, but, you know, it's kind of vague what went on there, right? Because maybe you were actually being good. You were actually a very charitable, good person, and especially with Knights Templar, like they were supposed to be, you know, helping the pilgrims, I think, like protecting the pilgrims. They were like protecting the Christians, I think. And, you know, then they were suddenly criminals, right? So something went on there, right? And I think this past trauma, like you felt it in this life as childhood trauma, but it's so much deeper than that. It's like past life energies, past ancestors and their energies have come with you. And that has been a secret to you. But it's becoming revealed to you. Like you're understanding this now about yourself, and you're going to understand why it is that you've had these blockages from stepping into your power, stepping into your light, right? Stepping into the sunrise. There's something about the past here that is very deep. And it doesn't even have to be all the way back in a past life. It could be something like in a family, you were sort of like, you know, like the black sheep, or like you were like the sacrifice in your family to absorb all your family's like a lightning rod, and absorb all of their bad energy because you were the most vulnerable, or you were just, you know, seen as different, something like that. Like execution and sacrifice, it's like that could be something like you were the one that was targeted in your family, something like that, because you actually had this good energy, because you had, you know, this kindness about you, it's like you gave your energy away to people that didn't deserve it. But I really do get with the past life, like it was like you were like even getting like in Robin Hood, you know, what's his name? The priest, John. Oh, I can't remember his name, but I'm actually thinking of the Disney Robin Hood with the animals, but the mole guy, you know who I mean. The monk guy, the church, who runs the church. Like he's this good figure, right? He's helping out all the citizens, but then he has a moment and he gets mad at the sheriff for taking money from everybody. But then because he fights back, even though he's in the right, he ends up in the stocks, right? And he's going to be executed. Yeah. And it's like the sacrifice aspect is like, you know, to send a message to those who stand up against, you know, evil or those forces, right? And Lily of the Valley really feels like there's this purity to it. Like you have this soul purity because you have done the right things in past lives and in this life as well. But you've carried it with you because it was so intense. It was such a heavy burden, a heavy wound to carry with you. And I think you weren't aware of it. Like it was hidden from you that, and maybe you just thought, why me? Why am I struggling so hard, like more than other people? But you know, you carried this ancestral energy that's been really, really difficult to process. Like you have two figures here that are bandaged and wounded. You have this teddy bear who is all bandaged up, and you have this rabbit here in the Nine of Wands, also with wounds and bandages. Like, you've been through it. And you got Rowan here with tenacity, and the red string is part of it. So, like, the red string could be like bloodlines, destiny, your soul line, where you've gone through this many times, I'm getting. And I think, like, because things went wrong so many times where you did the right thing and you were punished for it, you have that fear almost like tattooed, ingrained in you in a way that makes you hesitate, hold back. Even though the path is clear now, you're not going to have those setbacks. This lifetime, that's not going to happen. But it's like the fear is still there within you. And I think that's what you're uncovering. You're uncovering that fear with the reverse moon here. You're uncovering those wounds. Even if they don't make sense, even if it's not 100% clear, you don't know the whole story or all the details. It's like you're starting to see now that there's something there in the far past, as well as your childhood. So often things replay, right? Maybe in your family life things weren't good and you were also wrongly accused or wrongly targeted. But I think also with Charity, I'm getting that because you've done so much good and received so much bad and endured through all that hardship, it's like you're getting something out of it, like really good karma now. Because look, the hand here and the hand here are very similar. They're both held out to receive something. So I think the universe is kind of giving you something. Because with Blackthorn here, it's not bad. It's an unexpected change, something coming in maybe that you're not expecting on your path. And we have Blue Lace Agate, which talks about a gentle change, right? Things can change for the better. Maybe your dreams are going to come true in this lifetime, and you're just, the only thing that is making that stall is your belief from other lifetimes that something could go wrong. But it's not going to go wrong. I think if you use your voice now, you will be heard and you will not be punished or harmed in any way. And that in itself is healing. When you go and you face that fear, right? Like, I'm thinking of in Stranger Things actually right now of the ending. I don't want to give away any endings, but there's a certain character that is afraid to go into a cave, we'll say, and in the side of the cave is the fear. And it just feels like that, where it's like you got to face something that's in the cave that's scary and dark. But once you do, it will heal you in some way. That character actually doesn't choose the right thing, but there's something very healing about the cave, right? Facing the past. Yeah. And you know, we do have the bear here with us, and in one of my decks, Bear Medicine, it's all about facing the past, right? There's no tomorrow without looking at the past, facing the past. So whatever it is, I think you're going to move through this slowly, because the energy of this, you know, day into night, night into day, it's going to take time, and it can happen gently and progressively at your own pace, right? So just go at your own pace for learning about yourself and facing these wounds. And once you do, everything is going to open up for you. The childhood trauma, all of that will not hold you back anymore. And everything will get easier. Everything will open up. Because I think the universe wants to give you something. Again, charity. They want to give you this thing that's for you because of what you've endured, everything that you've done to help the world, despite what it may have given back to you. So, you know, receive it, take it. Even if it's not what you expected, even if it's not what you planned on. Right? Lily of the Valley. Don't waste the opportunity. Something's coming for you that will be to your benefit. Okay. I'm sorry this reading was heavy, and if some of these images were triggering. But I think for you, you know, you needed to hear it a bit if you hear this reading. So, you know, giving you a big hug from across the internet. It's gonna be okay. And, you know, I think you're very brave to face these things and to move forward. And the best way that you can help yourself is to give yourself the life that you deserve, right? Move into your joy and away from the past, because the past is over. It's in the past. And only a good future awaits for you. Yeah. All right. That's the end of the reading there. I don't want to make it go too much longer. So if you like this, it was helpful, you can leave a like or subscribe to the channel. And yeah, leave a comment if you want to share that this resonated. Yeah, be very interesting to hear your story. So we'll leave it at that. I look forward to hearing from you in the next one, and I'll see you there. Take care.